Hi, this is Lisa, and I'm at 10507 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98113. There are some bus storage room. By the way, is the brown and yellow building on Aurora on the left-hand side, and it's across from Northgate Way. You can access Northgate Way, and then Greenwood the other. Bit of a reflection there. I'd have to turn out the lights. That's looking into their inner and here's the apartment. And storage room was the wall that's too thin. See, you can't have anyone there. But it goes in here where the bathroom is. And I heard one behind the wall. There might be like how many people in all, I wonder? There's possibly 7 in all. So guys, behind the sink, and I want to show you my hands. Now, the hand injury occurred and where the bums bragged that they had put acid in my water and that I'd be bleached. Now, I'm located in the U.S. gone, especially Joe Public. They're all evil spirits, and they fell with Satan about 13 years ago. And Satan chose gang members and other bums to glorify. And even people that you might think look respect, like a nice sorority girl, looks like a nice person, an old lady, they're all connected with the druggies and drunks, and you just heard one of the bums here, and it's not a ghost. Split by the way. These people are the worst of the worst. They're devil worshippers, they're rapists, they're murderers, and actually, so are most Americans. There are no Americans left, and they burned. I wouldn't be a prostitute. I wouldn't let them. The people here, so they could eat my food and use the bank account, which isn't very big anyway. I wouldn't get my groceries, my clothes, or become a human slave. And I wouldn't rob. Oh, here's a monster. Now, when I say there's a monster, one of the favorite pastimes of the American bums, and they're all bums, has been to take people or animals or other from the spirit world and ruin them. And by the way, I can't have even a blanket in here because it's not in all my possessions. Before I started the recording, the threads were pretty thick and fast coming from the area above the sink. And these are all rapists in this building, and they're all special ed, and basically, they've bragged they can come in, nobody cares, and they can defile stuff. Like one of the idiots had housebreaking tools, and also if you lock it into, so you might as well have locking boxes. But if they can get to a screw, all they have to do is unscrew it anyway. So there's a prostitute arguing with me. They're all the females, and some of the prostitutes, by the way, are the very worst rapists you've ever met, because they all want to have people raped and if they feel inside. And let me tell you, if a woman's willing to sell her body, and I'm willing to sell everything else, including someone else. And as for souls, they lost those 13 years ago when they fell with Satan. They drank, and by the way, you might have heard of me. My name's Lisa, as I said, and someone joined with Satan with some other bums, and they scapegoat. And I wouldn't sleep with this person, and he was jealous of English, Scottish, Irish, and Welsh, and Europeans. Well, he and the other people in the U.S. he got together with some bums, and they reprogrammed people. Nobody's normal, and they're like zombie parasites. And I became the most, quote, intelligent people, stealing brain, or what else? Drinking blood. Majors that, you know, took physics for years. Stealing brain. Now I'm not seeing them. Oh, I wanted to see if the microphone was working. I had to make sure the broadcast public. Again, this is 10507 Aurora Avenue, Seattle, Washington, 98133. If you're in another country, I'm located in the west, the west corner, and I've turned global position. And my viewpoint is, you know, I already have gang members following me. I don't care if they have gang members following them. These people are primarily bloods, and even if you're a blood and you're offended, well, these people here have a takeover plot that includes about 300 people, and they want the rest of us dead or enslaved. And they want every identity. But, you know, they're not the only group that wants this in the U.S. And a lot of these people, the people they targeted worst of all, they were whites. One of them's chanting and denturing. He's attacking my uterine chakra. And a lot of the males particularly like to target my uterine chakra. And now, some of these times that I've been in here, remember the manager gave them the key. But these people have utterly, you know, ruined my life. And even though I have this in front of my door all weekend, because if I go out after I've shopped and brought home food or water and opened it, it wouldn't make sense. Then I'd have to replace it. So I brought home food or water, and I have that I'm going to open. And I've stayed back on the weekends because it makes more sense economically to not leave. But that gave them a bigger gateway to victimize me, thinking, oh, well, she sometimes stays home till, you know, Monday. We'll really get her. We have all these days. Oh, she did laundry. No one will notice she's gone. By the way, there's a human zombie in a car that I hear, excuse me, communicating with ESP. So, threatening me ago, and he's and to that I was his girlfriend, and it's a typical, because then they're in your apartment raping your account, then oh, it just looks like it's a boyfriend, and it's, yeah, nobody pays attention. And by the way, a lot of these people have HIV and AIDS, the rape. And a couple of the people that really love hanging out in the storage room with the housebreaking tools, and he's white, and he wears a black hoodie in the neighborhood, and he's very ugly. He looks like a maggot. And he actually looks like something on Viral Nova. It was like a sort of this artist's conceptual work of, I don't know, like looked like part pig, part human with a dog or a human head, and that person's body, but just the, in the, you know, you see the arms and a t-shirt. It reminds me of this thing on Viral. Now, even though my stayed, they have taped me illegally in the shower, and they have illegal, oh, and one of them is chanting rescue. So you'll find that the gang members like to play lies, like the opposite of the intent. So, and Bum in Wall is playing rescue. But by the way, so the fat guy, he wears a black hoodie on Aurora. He's about 5'9". And he has hepatitis C. He constantly is threatening with rape. One of the bums is talking to Carr or me, and he's playing may dominate, and then the word me, she's giving permission. She's using sigh and intent. She just used head. And then just what they're doing. Also, like you might say, well, that's the gibberings of morons. Just leave it alone. Well, you have to worry about the morons because Satan gave them powers of seeing the spirit world and feeling it. And they just bled my belly area, belly attack. Now, you need to damn everyone in the U.S. And you need to put a mirror on the U.S. facing inward. You can picture a lead box. And you can picture a lead box, and one of them is in the wall making threats, and he's playing Hear That. I hung up because I didn't know where to finger. Another one, there's a big thing, looks like a man. She's got dyed red hair, short, white skin, very white skin, fat, big belly, very dangerous. I'm just bragged about it out, and he just took back and shot her. I think he's maybe his friends. It's an ugly black guy apartment, and the black guy smells equal, can't pull his pants up, frizzy hair, looks retarded, like he's talking to through a haze. 8 maybe, thin build. They'd rob you for $30 worth of groceries and probably kill you if they wanted to. And I'm at 10507 Aurora Avenue, North Washington, 91. Now you have to be aware of any set the phone near that area, because, well, it could be on, off and on, because I actually want to listen to my prayers and maybe look at, oh, and somebody's talking about a gun. I'm going to prop up. Now, apparently, now I'm using ESP, by the way, and one of any people purportedly me. Why? Because I've been imitated constantly, and it's something that happened. It's part of this magical belief system. This part of the Satanism. The bums try to scapegoat me. My voice is hoarse. I'm usually allergic to this place because of all the drugs they're doing. There's a couple that have been threatening me in the bathroom area, behind the shower. They're playing Mexican. Really, it would be good to, they're playing roommate, and they're playing lives. Believe me, nobody would have these junk men or women as roommates. They're people that are so evil, they deserve to be out by the dumpster. They deserve it. thought they'd starve me on video. And they thought they'd pollute my water and have me drinking the water or have no water. And also, they're trying to make me sick and poison, but not only sick and poison, but attack sick. They just flash my hand. They think they're shots. Someone's saying you'll understand Arabic. Are you talking about a spirit or a visual? Well, here's what happened when I woke up 13 years ago. It doesn't mean I was the devil. Because they just blew out a large person, like a person out of my belly. Shut part of me? Done. If it's out there. Or anywhere else. It's not yours, it's mine. It made a dumb sensation. So they're constantly, whether they're physically and visibly in on identity theft, they're doing it by sight, they're constantly doing it. Why would they do it? Because they're retarded, they're parasitic, they don't have their own talents. From what I know, people took the fall of Satan, there was a war, died, and they were dead 12, and especially the bad ones were especially people who chose. Some of them might have escaped from the being torn apart, whatever. But there was a war, and they were all dead, possibly for 12 minutes. And now and they spread like some maybe were like this. But then they spread through the world, making it worse. And it started with 2,000, 3,000 people in Washington. So some of it's hazy. They told me I was dead when I woke up. Some spirits did. And I've been poisoned before that, so I couldn't say to any of you because I've complained about a meth lab. So I'm on a physical and an invisible. They have tried to destroy me. People have me, and I feel them run around with parts of me upstairs. That's something else. So you might hear me cursing the U.S. virulently, and it might sound a little psycho, but you know, I'm telling you some side stuff. Okay. I'll tell you what happened too. I've told this in bits and pieces, but when I awakened, everybody had too much knowledge of me. And it's like everybody seemed to hear me, and they had knowledge of even like, oh, my boyfriend's name in first grade kind of thing. And there were some spirits I could barely see, and then others I couldn't see at all. And these bums have destroyed them all, including from the tiniest to the largest. And it took urine. And they also set intent. So let's say if I have a disparaging thought, or they pretend if I was thinking something that I was making a command to be harmed. Hand was just taken and by the bum. And it's the bum in the bathroom. That snapping noise is my mom. And they just led me from my stomach. And they're telling me, have your tissue in a jar. That's what one of the bums just screamed or yelled from his apartment, I suppose. I'm not looking out the window. Now, I checked in. It's like I checked in with the world spread about this. By the way, something happened to me a couple of years ago, and it ruined my chances of finding a prostitute approached me as I was coming out of the building. If you don't get into automobile, I'll have you beaten. And they threatened me with prostitution by then. And I pulled out pepper spray and and the cop brought me in. I had to go before the prosecutor. They pretended I was a human slave and a prostitute. And the judge was dirty as well. That's America. Now I'm going to leave you with those thoughts, and I'm going to get into some prayer. And, you know, it's not always going to be about, just what happened here. You know, maybe sometime I'll take this camera to the haunted house. Maybe I'll tell about the people that I volunteer with and how crazy everyone is. And how even there you can get sprinkled with glass at the day service. A little spirit grabbed by someone. Or they're talking about England. And there's nothing to do for spirits except I say in Jesus' name I destroy us. Why would I do me, you say? Well, better to burn out like a great star, painlessly gone, rather than have them enslaved by these bums. So, good night for a while, and I gotta have some prayer. Good night.